She was nice, bitch. The amount of time that she was cool about it and that she gave them, oh my God. You would think that your mother-in-law getting a tattoo for her grandbaby, your baby, would be such an honor. So cute, like, oh, my mother-in-law got a tattoo for my baby. Oh, she loves him. No, bitch. No, not this one. Oh, this is not the story. This is not like this. No. This grandma got 3 apes tattooed on her forearm for her 3 mixed grandbabies. Bitch, she got 3 apes tattooed on her. And she had the nerve to tell the creator that it's not that bad, that she's sensitive. Creator told her, oh yeah, we'll post it. Post it. Tell you, let's see what the internet thinks. If it's not so bad, post it.
Oh, so fabulous.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel once again. It's your girl Dumebi. If this is your first time coming across my channel, you're welcome to the channel. I do hope you decide to subscribe, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back once again. It's so good to have you here. So today's video is something that in my wildest dreams I would have never ever imagined could happen. You know, this Raid to Deceased people get so creative. The way they come up with things, the way they get so creative in coming up with ways to disrespect our people is mind-blowing to me. As ridiculous as this may sound, the story you're about to hear is straight from the horse's mouth. A black woman came out and made a video where she was basically crashing out. When you see this video, you will know that this woman has had it up to here. Like, she made this video where she was talking about how her mother-in-law, her white mother-in-law, got a tattoo on her arm. This tattoo that you guys are seeing right here. Yes. Guess what it represents? Her 3 grandbabies. I'm not joking. This mother-in-law decided to go out and get a tattoo representing her 3 grandkids who are mixed kids, you know, they have black in them. And the tattoo she got are tattoos of apes, monkeys, to represent those beautiful babies. And I'm like, what?
When she first got that tattoo, I asked her to cover it up. And at first she told me no. And I said, cool. I just don't want to be around you. Didn't really say too much about it. The next day, she said, hey, I'll cover up around you. I'm so sorry. I was like, cool. I want to cover it up everywhere around me. Not just my home, everywhere. She said, cool. That's not what happened. When she ended up moving back home, I would be in other areas of town and of gathering. And I was trying to be civil for the kids, for my husband, trying my best to just deal and not, but nobody was taking it seriously enough. I would go to another family member's house and she would have it out. I would go to a little bar where it's like a very small town. So every day there's like a routine for somebody in the family to go somewhere and have a couple drinks. Sometimes I would go up there so that way the kids could see grandparents and stuff for like an hour. The thing would be out. I'd be staring at it. One day I was just having a bad fucking day and we were at another family member's house and it was just out looking at me. I was already mad at my husband because I had to get 3 kids ready by myself for the day and be over there at a certain time. By the time I pulled up, everyone was asking me where I was at. Like, nobody else had to get 3 kids ready by themselves. Anyway. Fucking, and I felt like I kept trying to avoid her at this place. And she kept following me places. And I fucking realized, I'm fucking mad. You have this stupid tattoo just staring at me. Leave me alone. That's not what happened. And then I just felt like nobody was on my side at all. I feel like nobody could fucking understand besides my family how fucking serious this fucking tattoo is. Like, I felt like I was losing my fucking mind, right? So then I finally like crash out a little bit and I'm like, hey, I'm not going to be around you anywhere, anytime without you covering that fucking thing up, right? And she was like, at first, like, no. And I'm like, fine, like, don't expect me to want to be around you anywhere. Nobody else asked me to go fucking around her with that fucking thing uncovered. All I'm asking that she cover up with like a sleeve. I'm not asking that she cut her arm off. I'm not asking that she fucking get another fucking tattoo covering it. Just like get like a fucking compression sleeve and cover it the fuck up everywhere around me. Like, the fuck? So my husband's grandparents' like 60th anniversary party is coming up and like I'm getting asked if I'm going and I'm saying no, I'm not going. And she's like begging me to go and I'm like, until you can tell me that you are going to cover up, I'm not going. I'm not saying nobody can't be around kids. I've never said you can't be around the kids. I never called her a fucking racist. Nothing like that. But if the kids can go to the fucking party, I'm not fucking going. She finally broke down, was like, I'll get the sleeve. I just want everyone together. Fine, whatever. We go. She covers it up. I shut the fuck up. I just mind my fucking business, right? Like 3 weeks passed. This past like week was my husband's birthday, okay? We fucking go over there. Not like I popped up. Not like I was uninvited to her home, right? And my plan was, I didn't know if she was going to cover up in her own home. And I was not going to demand it. But I was going to drop off my kids and just leave if she was uncovered. I wasn't going to say nothing. And so I freaking bring one baby in and she's uncovered, and I turn around to get the other baby, and I'd say to myself, if she's still uncovered by the time I walk back in here with this other baby, because we have twins, if I walk back in here with this other baby and she is not covered up, I am going to leave. So I turn back around, bring the other baby in. She's coming out of her room for putting the sleeve on. Great. I shut the fuck up. I don't say anything. I go on about my business. Mind you, it's just mind-blowing that you wait until the last second for me to get there when you invited us over, and you know how I feel, but whatever. And I just fucking lost it, man. I just fucking lost it. I had decided over something else, a little argument me and my husband had this week, that it was time. It was time. And I didn't feel like, I feel like I know those women in that family, and I know that they all think my husband is a golden boy. And how could he ever do anything wrong to make anybody want to divorce him? I get it, they're his family, whatever. But I also knew that they're all over there like talking shit, because I know those women, right? And so I was just like, you need to tell them how you've been treating me. And so he included me, his grandmother, and his mother in a group chat. And he brought up a couple things that had happened over the years. And then he brought up, the tattoo and stuff. And that's all they wanted to address to me, was how this fucking tattoo, not the way that he treated me, the couple things that he had said. Yes. Sorry, I'm staying at my dad's tonight. I had to go back and rewatch and see where I was at. All they wanted to talk to me was about this fucking tattoo and how I needed to like get over it and stuff. And I was just like, you know what? If y'all are so proud of this fucking tattoo and y'all think nothing is wrong with it, post it. Post to the internet that you got a tattoo of your black grandchildren as fucking apes. And the thing is, I am not so sensitive to where I don't understand that it is very common for like little babies at first, like, oh, that's like a little like cute little I get it. I'm not that fucking sensitive. However, I've never addressed that because they are also very fucking sensitive. And if I had said, hey, I don't want you to call him that, they would have called me sensitive. I was over exaggerating. She's just so woke, blah, blah, blah. And now they're mad that I never said that. Anyway, so fucking I told her to post it. I was like, if you're so fucking proud of it, post it. I gave her an hour after I said that. And so I posted it because I'm just like, I'm fucking tired of the goddamn games, okay? Y'all making me feel crazy. I didn't feel like he was 10 toes behind me. It was just... He didn't like it either, but I did not feel like he was 10 toes behind me in my fucking boundary, my very simple boundary of just covering the fuck up and shutting the fuck up and stop testing her about it. But I didn't feel like I had that. I felt like I just kept getting little pokes. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I did. It's crazy. And it sucks. It's so messy. I am mildly embarrassed just because it's like sucks, but like nobody fucking checked them the way they needed to be checked, and they kept fucking dancing around it, and just I lost it. Okay.
What? A lot of people have been responding in shock, in disbelief, in anger. People are like, what is going on? How does a person think this is okay? These are not just random children. These are your family. These are your son's kids. And the shocking part is that this white woman, her son, who is the father of these 3 grandkids that she got this tattoo of, her son is actually a biracial man. So she herself lay down with a black man and had a biracial black son. That black son got married to this black woman. They had their own children. And the way she felt she could show love to them was to get a tattoo, a full sleeve tattoo. of monkeys on her arm. Wow. And you know, I hear stories of people talking about how they cut family members off, how they don't talk to their grandmother or to their mother and stuff like that. And usually I'm like, maybe that's a little so extreme. Family is family. That's probably just the African in me, you know. We don't know how to cut off toxic family members. But you see this particular situation, I would cut her off within a heartbeat. And she was talking about how this woman has referred to her babies as monkeys before. And I don't know why was that allowed to happen? Why wasn't it shut down at that very moment? And you know how people just say, oh, it's just a cute little term for your babies. You can call them bunnies. You can call them, you know, like it's a cute little pet name or whatever. So I'm guessing, just like she even said in this video, that she didn't really react when that was said because they would say she was overreacting. So the whole family approves of that tattoo. That's what it's looking like at this moment. And the husband, I know you people were wondering, what does the husband say about this? Well, there's a reason she wants to divorce him. He obviously is not standing up for her or the kids. And what would you expect if the man was raised by a woman who could go and get a tattoo of monkeys on her arm to represent her half-black grandkids? What do you expect? Don't you think he already probably hates himself because he has been raised that way because he was raised by a mother who is anti-black? So I wouldn't even expect him. I'm not surprised that he's not standing up for the wife or the kids. If you know the racial context behind that tattoo, you would know that it's not just a cute little tattoo that she did. No. They've always talked about how black people are monkeys, how black people are not human. And then you yourself lay with a black man and had a whole black child. So that means you don't even see your child as human. And then you extended that to your grandchildren. And call me sensitive or paranoid or whatever, but I would never ever, as a mom, be comfortable enough to believe that my children are safe with a grandmother that thinks of them as not human, as monkeys. This is problematic.
Nobody's talking about the fact that that woman said that them people have been calling her babies monkeys since they've been born. She quite literally said, you know, the phrase, oh, look at that cute little monkey may be common, but she never said anything to them because she didn't want to look like the woke black woman and that she's being too sensitive. She never addressed it in the past. That's why those people are so confused about why she's tripping about the tattoo. They have been calling them babies monkeys since they've been fucking born and ain't nobody said nothing. I just want somebody to tell her that that is not common. They've been playing in her face the whole time. That is not common at all.
If my children had a non-black grandparent and that non-black grandparent went and got 3 apes tattooed to represent my children, their grandchildren, I would never leave my children ever with that grandparent. Ever. Ever. Because somewhere in them, they thought it was okay to go get apes tattooed to represent their brown grandchildren. That woman, a white woman, said, let me get these apes tattooed to represent my grandbabies. My mom's mom was white. My grandmother was white. If she ever got a tattoo or anything permanent on her body as an ape, if she even got a necklace with an ape on it and said, this is to represent one of my grandchildren, my mother would not let us around her. Like, that would just not be in question because clearly she's got something loose up here. If she can't see how that's not okay, how can I trust her with my children? How can I trust you out and about with my children to make good decisions for them as brown children, melanated children in this country? That is crazy to me.
Tish Monster, since you can't say what you would want to say, let us handle it, right? Because your mother-in-law, the grandmother of your children, of your 3 children, your black children, biracial, whatever you want to call them, they're black, right? Grandma is racist as fuck. Your husband don't give a fuck about your feelings, right? Because if you had a legitimate issue with what she put on her fucking arm to represent your kids, and he brushes it off like it's nothing, he does not care about you. To invalidate your wife's concerns shows that he has 0 fucks, or he gives 0 fucks about you. And it shows that he'll cater to his mother's fuckery than to care about his wife's feelings. Now, I'll say this, and this is why I say that she's racist as fuck, because you mentioned that you have told her on numerous occasions that when you are around, your kids are around, she's to cover that shit up. And each time, on multiple occasions, she never covered it up. They even took it a step further and gaslit you to the point where they're making it sound like you're the issue for having a genuine concern of why they did what they did or why she did what she did. I'll take it a step further and be real with you. Your mother-in-law slick hates you. She slick hates her grandchildren because to have that out, people are going to question them. Like, yo, what does that represent? And she's going to say, those are my grandbabies. And they're going to kiki and ha-ha, right? About your doggone kids. I hope and pray God that you divorce that man and you never have anything to do with that fucking side of the family. Because if they'll put that on their arm to represent your kid, if you were to go take those kids to their house and leave them there by themselves, there's no telling what they would do to those kids. Be done, be over with, and just know that they don't fucking like you. They don't like you. They slick hate you. And don't say I'm fucking overreacting either.
Bro, this grandmother got a tattoo of apes to represent her mixed grandchildren. Make it make sense. This is why, listen, this is why personally I don't date out. I would never date out. I'm going to choose a black woman every time. I'm married right now. I'm married to a black woman. You know what I'm saying? But even if I was to go through a divorce, I would marry a black woman over and over and over again. Because again, certain people with the lineage of evil, right? They do these little racist things, but then try to hide behind the fact that it's not racist. Oh, you're thinking about it too much. Oh, it's just a tattoo. Why are you referring to, you know that back in the day, they used to call black people that animal right there. But yet, it's just a tattoo. Make it make sense, bruh. No. This is absolutely racist. This is absolutely disgusting. And what more can you say? You cannot make this stuff up. She got a whole sleeve of apes. Boy, I can't make it up.
She tattooed 3 apes on her arm. 3 apes that represent who? Her grandbabies. Her quote-unquote biracial grandbabies. But that's a whole other conversation we'll have. But she chose to represent those babies by putting apes on her white, ashy arm. You know what? White people, white women in particular, your ignorance is out of control. Just because you choose to lay down with a black man or any man of color and bring life into this world, it does not mean that you have removed your systemic bloodline racism that is clearly still there. Your ignorance is absolutely nauseating. Bringing people into the world, bringing lives into the world, especially black and brown children, holds a great responsibility. A responsibility to educate yourself, first and foremost, and then ensure that those children are represented in the most positive light forever. Please stop. Please stop either existing and or reproducing with people that you don't understand enough, aren't educated enough, and or probably don't even like in the first place.
First of all, what I want to say, to the mother-in-law who put that tattoo of 3 apes representing her 3 grandchildren, you have lost a beautiful, sweet daughter-in-law. That's what you've done. And to the husband, you definitely need a word or two, because you've definitely lost a good, caring wife. Why? Because even after Tish, the woman who's got the 3 mixed babies, after her mother-in-law put the tattoo of 3 apes, that is just ignorant and racism. Which mother-in-law would do that? Are you freaking high? Even a mother-in-law on drugs, on heroin, even if you're a smackhead, will not do that. You know, because it's your son's wife, it's your son's children. You understand where I'm coming from? Yeah, but even then, her daughter-in-law didn't really fume about it, was surprised, shocked, and still said, listen, cover it. Just cover it when you go out, cover it. Look at that. You know, someone else, it would have been chaos, it would have been havoc. Because who's going to stand for that? That's taking the piss. That is taking the piss. But she's like, yeah, at the beginning, and then what she did, she went home and and then she uncovered it. She didn't cover it. Every time she went out, parties and whatever, families, people would look at her and say, what's that? And they start laughing. They're like, oh, this represents my 3 grandchildren. You understand? And people they start laughing. So her daughter-in-law, obviously Tish, she says, nah, I'm not having this. You understand where I'm coming from? Told the husband not helping at all. And the husband is not full white. Her husband is a bit of a mixed race as well. So I'm not understanding. He should have been flipping out as well. But this dude is a clown for not standing up. It's true, because that's cold, man. How can your mum do that? If your mum really loved you as a son, your mum wouldn't do that. So she doesn't really love you. She has no respect for you. You understand where I'm coming from, yeah? But now the mother, this woman Tish, now she is divorcing her husband, and she's like, forget this, and she's doing good. You know why? Because how can you bring up your 3 children who are mixed race around a family, around a mother-in-law that's got 3 apes on her arm as a tattoo representing them children? When they grow up, automatically they're gonna grow up around racism. 2025, grow the F up. You understand? So she's making a big decision, and she's doing right.
So this picture right here, right? It was brought to my attention by my daughter. It's actually going viral on TikTok. Happened about a week ago. So I looked at a couple of videos about it, and I'm like, wow, this is really messed up. Or is it messed up? Because this lady right here had 3 kids by this white woman's son that's half white and half black. But the grandmother decided to get this tattoo you're seeing of 3 monkeys. And she told the daughter-in-law that that's her grandkids. Now, white lady putting monkeys on her arm, saying they're images of her grandkid, would get any black person hysterical, very mad, right? But for some reason, knowing it's viral and everybody's bringing attention, now they actually threatening the lady and all this stuff, I feel like they're monkeys. We're not monkeys. So why are we all mad about this? Why are we all roused up? We're not monkeys. We would never be monkeys. We kings and queens. So if she like monkeys and she want to put monkeys on her body, so be it. Why she's going viral over that? Getting attention for disrespecting what she calls her grandkids. If you want your grandkids to be monkeys and you call them monkeys, live your life. Because them grandkids gonna get older. And when they get older and they hear about this viral moment that their grandmother did towards them, oh, you gonna feel the pity. It's gonna be the chickens coming home to roost. Listen, this stuff don't rouse me. We not monkeys. We never will be. So when you see this, let them have their little whatever moment. Because that ain't us. And it never will be. Peace.
Now the lady has come out to talk about how the woman, the grandmother that had the monkey tattoo, is getting unalive threats and all of that. I do not support, sending people unaliving threats and all that. So I think people should desist from doing that. And I don't even think anybody who watching this video should go ahead and do that. Please, this channel does not support that. That does not even solve anything.
I just received some news that my mother-in-law is receiving death threats. Now listen, I know this situation is super upsetting, fucking triggering. It's fucking awful. Trust me, I know. However, who is that helping? Who is that helping? I understand I put this on the internet. I know people on the internet are fucking insane, but I've never understood wanting to send a death threat to a stranger. I don't get that. I don't condone it, and I need it to stop.
But it's just quite sad. I think the best thing that woman needs to do is to get her babies out of the reach of those people, because, do what's best for the kids. And I don't think they need to be around people that see them as monkeys, or be around a dad who cannot even stand up to defend his kids or to protect them from anti-blackness at such a young age. Children are so impressionable. Imagine them knowing that their grandmother sees them as monkeys. And she tried to tell this woman to cover up the tattoo whenever they come around, whenever she sees her or whatever. But she refuses to do that. Imagine begging to be respected in a family you were married into. You bore kids that are bearing their name in that family, and they still do not want to respect you or respect the kids. It is quite sad. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Hey y'all, so someone found the artist for me and I was able to reach out to him and ask him a few questions. The artist had absolutely no idea that this was happening. He was genuinely shocked. He did this tattoo 4 months ago for her, and all she had told him was that it was for her grandkids. He said, you know, he doesn't get involved in, you know, asking clients too many questions. I asked him if she showed him a picture of us. He said no. He's genuinely shocked. I do not want any hate to go to this poor man. He's just a dude, you know. I feel bad for the guy. I really do. And I don't want any hate sent his way because he honestly had nothing to do with her decision to get that tattoo. All he did was the work. He didn't know anything. So if you have sent him anything, please resend it, take it away. The man had nothing to do with this, and I don't want that poor man affected from my mother-in-law's horrible racist decision.